What's up, everyone? Tyler DeLuca here in Austin, Texas, where Texas has just picked up yet another top 5 win in the SEC, defeating LSU in a game that was pretty tight all the way through. But a massive fourth quarter from Texas gets them over the top, gets them past yet another, again, top 5 team. This is a team that, me personally, I was kind of waiting to see. I was like, okay, they keep winning. They keep doing what they're supposed to do. They're handling business. But can they beat the big teams? We saw what happened against South Carolina the first time. But over the past week, Texas has fully solidified themselves in a position to be a national champion. They've given me the confidence. They've given themselves the confidence. But let's talk about this game because, again, it was a tight one. And ultimately, Madison Booker doesn't shoot the ball incredibly well, but she gets the line 10 times. Texas as a team goes 21 of 21 in this game from the free throw line. They did what they had to do to win. Their defense, their chemistry, their talent on the roster kept them in until the fourth quarter, and that's where they turned it up. Here's both head coaches on what happened in that fourth quarter that propelled Texas to this win.
I probably should have substituted more of my perimeter players throughout the game, and I didn't. So that's on me. When we went to South Carolina and we've come to Texas, good ball games. We were in ball games, had opportunities to, possibly steal a victory, and we just didn't get it done. And so you kind of evaluate, and I'm doing this off the top of my head, you have to execute and be extremely tough when it requires the toughness of you.
You can score 19 points the first half and 46 in the second. Somebody can figure that out for me. I'm all ears. But I kept telling them, we haven't, at the beginning, between the third and the fourth quarter, I told them, like, guys, we haven't played very good. We haven't played our best yet, and we're down 4 or 5. I don't know what it was. And so let's just stay after it. But you're good shooters. Like, toughen up a little bit and make a shot, because I thought we were getting some pretty good looks. And boy, they did. They stepped up, had some different lineups, had some kids play a lot of minutes today that usually don't play. And but I just thought our kids were so tough.
As this season continues, I think, especially if Texas goes on a deep run into the SEC tournament and into the March Madness tournament, I think the question is going to be what changed after that game against South Carolina, the first one in Columbia, where Texas, frankly, gets dominated, gets blown out. Again, now they have beat South Carolina, they have beat Kentucky, they have beat LSU over the span of about a week, and they have positioned themselves to have an argument to be the number 1 overall seed at this point when it comes to the March Madness ranking, especially with UCLA losing and with South Carolina losing to UConn. Now, we'll have to see how that eventually plays out, and Vic made a case in the press conference as well, just a small case. He didn't want to get too ahead of himself, but the answer we got was intriguing to me about what changed from a Texas perspective after that big-time loss to South Carolina.
The difference, I think, tonight, we didn't give up 39 in the first half. We gave up 26. That kept us in the game. Our defense kept us in the game. And so, once we figured out the offensive piece, I mean, it really, the game gets, let me tell you something, the game's real easy, a whole lot easier when you make shots, both playing and coaching. So, and again, I don't, she knows this, I've told her this 100 times, like, I got all the confidence in the world in this kid. Like, I've seen her for years. Like, there's not anybody else. And Rory, like, I've seen her for years. So when I ran quick tonight, I knew one of these two was going to get the shot. I don't care what they've done. I know what they can do and what they've done in their life, and that's the confidence that I have in them. I don't want anybody else doing it.
It was a slow start in this game for Texas, and one thing that I found interesting is in Vic's opening statement, he said that this team has a unique toughness. And look, if you know Vic Schaefer, if you've been a long-time women's basketball fan, you know that toughness is the motto when it comes to a Vic Schaefer team. And then Madison Booker talked about the comebacks that are happening. And now, Roy Harmon talks about trust. And look, there's a lot of players that embody trust across the nation. I'm not sure if there's one single player that embodies the idea of trust in her teammates and also toughness across the board than Rory Harmon. So I asked her specifically, what changed What's the difference from this team compared to past teams? What makes this team unique in the way that even when they're struggling, they're able to stay in these games and eventually come out on top? Here's what Roy had to say.
Yeah, sometimes, like, we're going to be heavily prepared every game. Like, I've said this quite a few times. Like, our coaches are going to do, like, the best they can. Like, but sometimes we don't, like, show up, like, at the beginning. Like, kind of this game, like, we're taking great shots, but they're not falling. But just having that trust factor, like, just because you miss one shot, he's not going to turn his back and be like, all right, well, I'm not running nothing for you anymore. Like, I think that's just a huge word right there. And then, like, with the fourth quarter, like, us having to guard these great guards and Anissa Morrow, like, we know the shot's going to them, right? And then you have, like, everyone, like, playing, like, that tough defense, like, you know that it's coming. So I think, yeah, trust is the word to use right now. Like, defensively, offensively, like, who's bringing that energy? Like, Bree, like, you know, when she comes in, she's going to do something right. So, so I think that is kind of the name of the game right now, especially for me. Like, we go down 12. It's not, nobody's like, oh, what are we going to do? Like, nobody's doing that. Like, it's because we have a level of trust in each other, confidence, and trust.
Look, again, this was one of the best atmospheres I've been in. The LSU fans had like a whole corner next to where I was sitting. They were going at it. There was a point, I think it was entering in the fourth quarter, where they put on the big Jumbotron and all of the screens here in the Moody Center, which is one of the best arenas I've ever been to, if not the best. And LSU fans and Texas fans started going chant for chant. It was truly one of the best atmospheres that I've been in at a women's basketball game. And Texas, and I'm gonna have more on this in the for our paid subs on NoCatSpace.wbb.com about the culture that is being formed here to make Texas, again, because they've been it before, they've won championships here, but to be a women's basketball school here in Austin. And what I've been seeing, I've seen over the past couple years as I've come into Austin, the growth is happening. It's all there. The pieces are all there. It's really taking those next steps and picking up those big wins, which we've now seen this year with LSU and South Carolina. And now we'll have to see how that can continue. Obviously, not a ton of time left in this regular season, only a couple, I think maybe one more game here at home for Texas before they enter into postseason play. But again, there's a lot to like. And I'll let Vic Schaefer close this one out on how he thinks this crowd, this atmosphere was today, and what was one of the funniest press conference moments I have ever heard in person in my entire life.
It's deafening. Y'all been in that building. I mean, have y'all heard it louder in the last 2 weekends? Like, that building is lit. I mean, it is loud and deafening.
Vic said it best. It's lit. It's lit here in women's basketball. It's lit across the board right now. And it's lit at No Cap Space. In case you haven't checked it out, NoCatSpace.wbb.com. We've entered into paid subscribers. We have all of our free content is still free, but we're adding additional content, including post-game notebooks. I just had one when I was in LA for USC UCLA. So that's on there. You have your haters guide from Shawnee. Look, ethical hating is what we do at No Cap Space, and you get more of that there, plus so much more. 3-round mock drafts from Sherrard. There's a lot going on at No Cap Space. Everything's still free if you're still over there and you're enjoying that content. Everything's still gonna be here on YouTube as well. Nothing's changing, but we're adding to it. So if you wanna go support, help us get to places like this to bring you the best coverage that we possibly can and travel in order to do so. All that goes into making No Cap Space better, into making No Cap Space 2.0, if you wanna call it, the best it can possibly be. So go check that out. Go subscribe here, like, all of that stuff. Everything helps. Leave a comment, it truly does. And thank you guys for allowing us to go and cover stuff like this. It's been an incredible week between LA and here, between incredible basketball teams, incredible games, incredible performances. I couldn't be more fulfilled, and all is thanks to you guys and the support of No Cap Space. So thank you guys, and I'll see you next time.